Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to the latest episode of our Smoky Mountain Wrestling series here, Pod on the Mountain. We are the Maxon Brothers. I'm Bob Cottle. That's Dutch Mantel. I'm Nate. That's Aaron.
Yes.
How's everybody doing? You get to be Dutch. I'll be the old racist, I guess.
Okay.
I'll be Uncle Bob.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not. But I don't know that Bob Cottle was a racist. Everybody, I just know he worked for Strom Thurmond, and that's interesting company to keep. But I don't care. I keep the man's politics out of it. Still to this day, one of my favorite play-by-play guys of all time.
I feel like Bob Cottle is one of those guys that would say like he's one of the good ones. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I don't like most of them, but he's one of the good ones.
He's one of the good ones. That Reggie B. Fine's all right in my book.
I feel like I can leave my wallet out around him.
Yeah.
But this month we are covering July of 1992 here on Pod on the Mountain. Decent month. We'll get into it. I think I kind of enjoyed June more, but I did enjoy the episodes from July here. There's some fun stuff. And I'm sure that we are going to get into the Wayback Machine. Yes?
Yes, we are.
And I am
go ahead. Sorry.
I am confident. Last month I guessed it, but I don't know. This month I have to be right on one of the songs.
All right. So the top two songs. The number two song was the number one song last month, and it's "I'll Be There" by Mariah Carey. So
okay.
I'm pretty sure you got the number one song.
I'm thinking about the summer of 1992 as a young 14-year-old. Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I thought it would be last month, but I was like, fucking, I know that song coming up as number one at some point here.
And the funny thing is, Sir Mix-a-Lot has other songs.
Yeah.
You know, and they're good songs.
Yeah.
But that song, it just captivated the nation. And like, I watched some video, and it was like, some like classical, like musical event or whatever with like a bunch of like ladies, like middle-aged or whatever, ladies our age or whatever, and like the symphony was doing Baby Got Back, and like he came out and like popped the crowd, and it was just funny because it was just all these middle-aged white ladies up there like dancing with Sir Mix-a-Lot, and he's like, yeah, he just got that Baby Got Back card and just sailed right into acceptable America. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, like these ladies don't know My Hoopty or Buttermilk Biscuits.
Right.
They know Baby Got Back.
They know Baby Got Back.
And it's a great song.
Yes, it is. And you know what? If you get that hit, and you know what I mean? Like, if your job is music and you get that hit, and you can ride that hit for as much money as you possibly can, God bless you. Yeah. I'm not hating. I'm not hating at all.
Yeah.
Bismarcky is still like, oh, baby, you.
Yeah. Well, I think he's dead now, though.
Oh, well, he's not dead.
Pretty sure he is. But anyway. That's gonna bug me. I don't want to put the guy on the ground. Yeah, he's dead.
Bismarcky dead.
Yes, he died in 2001 or 2021, not 2001. But and then the top two movies are,
I have no idea.
The number two movie, Boomerang. It's one of those Eddie Murphy movies that I watched once and I don't remember any. Boomerang is one of those movies where I know the soundtrack better than I know the movie. Yeah. Like I know the movie played some like successful business guy or something, and he winds up like it's like a you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
he ends up shedding his chauvinistic ways or what. I don't remember the movie, but I don't remember anything about the movie. But and then the number one movie is A League of Their Own.
There's no crying in baseball.
Yeah, which is a good movie.
I like that movie. It's a good flick.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't think it's like I don't know. Certain people think it's like the greatest thing ever made. I don't think it's like, but there's nothing wrong with it. I just
no,
don't
it's
think it's
not.
like,
I was say it's not even my favorite Tom Hanks movie, but it's a good movie.
yeah. So that's what's going on. So
Well, as the Batten twins pull up listening to Baby Got Back.
yes, pretty sure Bob Caudle saw A League of Their Own, but I'm pretty sure Bob Caudle didn't watch Boomerang. But like any old racist, he probably liked the Baby Got Back video. He just didn't want to admit it.
Yeah, brown sugar. They're not all bad.
Yeah. But like we said, those were the top two songs, top two movies, and unfortunately, I couldn't find it anywhere. There is no, at least on YouTube or another streaming service I tried, there's no Summer Blast 92
No.
posted anywhere, but I do have the results. And that's the big event that's going to happen in July. It's going to be on July 17th, 1992. So when we get there, I'll always go over the results of that.
They barely talk about it on these shows other than the main event.
Yeah.
But yes, the first episode we're going to discuss of Smoky Mountain this month is dated July 4th, 1992. It was taped in Cumberland, Kentucky. And Dutch Mantell, obviously, and Bob Caudle intro the show. And in the first match, we have a new enhancement talent here in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. First appearance for Gary Scott.
He's very awkward.
Yeah.
Awkward Gary Scott.
Looks like a used eraser.
Yes. And just as a worker, he's awkward. Like he punches Paul Orndorff and falls down. And it's not even like, like he's selling the fact that Paul Orndorff was like this immovable force. Like he literally just trips over his own feet.
Yeah, he's
not any good.
I put down here it's Paul Orndorff against Gary Scott, and I actually put down the crowd is like super hot for Paul Orndorff. Paul Orndorff gets cheered by this crowd. These people in Cumberland, Kentucky, are happy to see a former WWF wrestler,
yes,
on their show, and that man happens to be Paul Orndorff. I mean,
He's
I would have been happy to
awesome
see Paul Orndorff too, because he fucking kicks ass.
Yeah. And that's what he does to Gary Scott, basically, is he beats the shit out of this kid.
I think he just beats him with a backdrop.
He does. And if you watch the backdrop, the guy and I'm not a wrestler, so Gary Scott's better than I am at it. But he takes the backdrop and basically falls right on his he falls right on his face, and I think he fucked himself up, and it was just kind of a mercy killing by Paul Orndorff. He was probably like, "I got this kid done."
Fucked him up. Time to move on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Time to go home.
Yeah.
But after the Paul Orndorff squash there, unless you have anything else on that.
Nope.
Bob Caudle standing by with the Heavenly Bodies and Jim Cornette. And they are, of course, fuming about the Fantastics. It says that they pretty much are crazy, and they're trying to kill the Heavenly Bodies because they're jealous of the Heavenly Bodies.
Yes, pretty much jealous of them, of their style and their titles, and the fact they're getting all the ladies and all that. They're just jealous, and they want to take the Heavenly Bodies out. I mean, it has nothing to do with the fact that they attacked these guys in a back hallway and broke the other guy's leg. It has nothing to do with that.
Nothing to do with that. They're just jealous.
Jealous.
They're going to have a street fight at Summer Blast.
Yes. Smoky Mountain street fight.
Up next, Bob Caudle with the ever so charismatic Tim Horner.
Yeah. Yes, he's cutting a promo obviously on Buddy Landell because their feud is ongoing where Tim Horner is supposed to be the babyface, but since this guy rolled in the company, I feel like he's been a fucking heel.
And a doofus.
Yeah, he's like a doofus
Like,
Hulk Hogan. Like we're supposed to believe this guy's the babyface, but like one of his first acts was kicking that chair out from Rip Rogers when he was legitimately, you know, gonna do the free squats and he screwed him over. And he lost the battle royal and cried to Bob Armstrong. Got his $500 back and just this, that, and the other thing. And like
yeah,
last week he screwed. Oh, good.
Not only is it a doofus, he's a douchebag.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then he even shows it. Like he shows the video of himself screwing over Buddy Landell against Brian Lee last week.
I'm happy I did it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. On these videos, I've been reading the comments.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have them brought up in front of me, but there's one guy that it's funny because like they'll be like Dixie Dynamite fined $500 for interfering in this match. Like he's pointing out all the bad shit that the baby faces are doing
Mm-hmm.
that Bob Armstrong isn't fining them for. Yeah. Like Tim Horner fined $500 for putting his nose in other people's business. Just shit like that. Like it's funny. But anyway, like I said, I just think like Tim Horner is being projected as this baby face, but I don't think he's a good guy.
No, kind of a douche.
Nope. Yes.
Well, Phil Rainey has some local promos for us for the upcoming card in Benton, Tennessee. I didn't. Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony and Cornette and the Heavenly Bodies cut local promos is what I have here.
Yes.
Then we get some footage of a match between Jimmy Golden and Robert Gibson, in which Jimmy Golden, I can't remember, we didn't see this one yet. I don't believe.
Oh, the match?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was footage from like a house show, basically.
Okay. No, I mean last month. This is new on TV for this month, right? I don't know why I thought that we had seen this already, but anyway, it's a match between Robert Gibson and Jimmy Golden. I put down it's a match footage from Knoxville, and the controversy is that Jimmy Golden uses a chain to knock out Robert Gibson.
Yes.
And in one of the greatest things ever, after that, Jimmy Golden cuts a promo on never having a chain while holding a chain. I was like, that's fucking, excuse the pun, that's golden. That's fucking great.
Yes.
It's like, I never used no chain. I never had no chain. While he's standing there wagging the chain, like blatantly just wagging this chain in his hand.
Yeah, like I've been saying, like Robert Gibson and Jimmy Golden has been my favorite thing on the entire beginning of Smoky Mountain Wrestling. It's my favorite feud. They have my favorite matches. Jimmy Golden's my favorite heel. It's fucking awesome. It's only gonna get better.
But man, that shit was kind of like, what cane? I didn't have no cane. Like I just
yeah.
Classic, fucking classic. But that takes us to the the match between Robert Gibson and Rick Cannon. I don't remember. I can tell you, but I can tell the fans here. I don't remember. Did I tell you my Rock and Roll is King work story?
I'm not sure.
I did. I know I haven't said on the show, so I thought it was funny. So Rock and Roll is King came on the overhead at work, right?
Yeah.
And everybody that was around, it was like I was working around 3 or 4 other people, and it came on, and I just happened to look up and go, "Let's get ready to boogie." and and nobody laughed. And I was like, you know what? I'm alone here.
Yeah. I wouldn't
None of
even
the
be mad.
yeah, I know.
I'd
Like
be like, I'm not even gonna try to explain it.
I should have expected this.
Like, I'm not even gonna try to
If I would have looked
explain
at
it.
these people and been like, the Rock and Roll Express, they'd have been like, what the fuck are you talking
What the fuck are you
about?
talking about?
The big tall ring announcer, Stark. What the fuck are you talking
Yeah.
about? Anyway,
Yeah. And we're like, what the fuck?
guy's a fucking idiot. Are you having a stroke? But yeah, during this Robert Gibson Rick Cannon match, I think Rick Cannon is also a new enhancement talent here.
I believe so, yes.
During the match, they talk about the fact that the stipulation in the Robert Gibson Jimmy Golden match, because of Jimmy Golden using the foreign object, is that there are going to be fans selected to be able to search Jimmy Golden for a foreign object.
Yes. Which it's not a bad stipulation. I mean, I don't know if they used real fans, but
Right.
it's not a bad little gimmick.
Well, yeah, and it might get a couple people to buy a ticket. Maybe I'll get to be the one
Yeah.
to search that dastardly Jimmy Golden, old son of a bitch.
Yeah. Some bitch.
The next thing has a great heel.
Yeah, Robert
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, obviously Robert Gibson won that match. We skipped over one match. That's what threw me off a little bit. Was we skipped over Tim Horner fought Joe Kazana.
Did I even write that down? Oh yeah, I did. I did.
But the only reason I wanted to go back to it was Dutch Mantel says that Joe Kazana looks like the Quaker Oats man.
Yeah, you're right. We totally skipped that. I have it right here. Horner versus Kazana. Anyway, I think we got to shitting on Tim Horner, and
yeah. It's but also this is also, and I thought it was earlier, but this is actually now Stan's actual wig. Like Stan is now in a wig. He was wearing the headgear to kind of whatever, but like he's finally now like actually wearing the wig, which is crazy.
Oh yeah, and it's
his hair went from like being like kind of blonde, like short blonde, a short like sturdy blonde mullet, to now he's got like it's not even blonde hair. I don't know. And like the headgear is now like almost like a whole like skull thing.
Yeah, it's very blatant.
Yes.
His wig / headgear apparatus is more like a helmet at this point.
Yes. it's gone crazy.
And then what's great about it is they don't make a deal of it at all.
No.
It's just there. Like
yes.
They know that they know that it's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to kind of in a little bit, but right now it's very blatant and just out of the blue. Be like, God damn, there it is. But anyway,
the next thing has something very humorous on it to me. Dutch Mantel always says the real Nature Boy, Buddy Landel. He's with Buddy Landel. It's down and dirty with Dutch Mantel. Mantel insults Tim Horner, calls him an egg-sucking dog, says, good job, Landel, for the beating you gave him last week or whatever he said. He's a bum, blah, 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 blah. But what I love is that Tim Horner comes out with a strap.
He's like, oh, my buddy Tim.
Yeah, he's like, what I wrote down here. I hope you whip Landel good, Tim. I hope you whip him good. Like once Landel runs away, and Tim Horner's in the ring with Dutch, it changes his tune.
He's my old buddy Tim here. Yeah, great guy, great guy.
I didn't mean you were an egg-sucking dog. Yeah, I thought that was fun, but that's going to lead to what's obviously coming up as a strap match between Horner and Landel. And did you? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Did you have anything else? I didn't mean to monopolize that segment there.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Well, up next we have the Lee's. Lee's famous recipe. It's Paul Lee versus Brian Lee. Pretty much a couple minute squash match that Brian Lee wins with the cancellation.
Yeah, like there's a few things like I don't know why the Paul Lee like it's like in this one thing I was like they have two gimmicks they could have did with Paul Lee, which would have been kind of funny. The one thing they could have did was since Cornette and Heyman had like, a fake hatred for each other. Turns out they actually didn't like despise each other, Like he could have been Paul Lee, like made him like a Paul Heyman type yuppie gimmick. Or then I thought it would have been cool and maybe not made it like the central thing, but made like Buddy Landel annoyed by him. Like make him do like the same thing that Buddy Landel did to Ric Flair.
Yeah.
But not even acknowledge Ric Flair.
Like they're the only
Like,
two Nature Boys.
Like don't have Paul Lee being like, I'm the real Nature Boy. I'm better than Ric Flair. Like he doesn't even realize Ric Flair exists. Like he is saying, I'm better than Buddy Landel. I'm the real Nature Boy. You know what I mean? And these two guys fight over who's the real Nature Boy, even though neither one of them are the real Nature Boy. Like I think that would have been funny. But anyway.
So after Brian Lee beats Paul Lee, Bob Caudle talks to Brian Lee about his upcoming that his partner is going to be Ronnie Garvin at the upcoming event. And of course, I have to write down here because I get to we see footage. They show us footage of the night that Ronnie Garvin beat Ric Flair for the NWA Championship in 1987.
Yes, in Detroit.
And I have to say, look at him.
Look at
punch. Punches him. Get fucking David Crockett.
Might have been a good guy and like he had a great sense for what wrestling I don't want to say it. Like he was instrumental in like a lot of like like WCW had like cool looking pay-per-view sets and shit like that. Like that was his thing in like WCW after they got bought by Turner. He had a lot to do with like television production and the presentation of it and things like that. Like he had a good mind for that and what a wrestling thing should look like and maybe even like somewhat like talent and shit like that. But as a fucking personality of like behind like a microphone, he's terrible. Like, he wasn't even like good. Like, he wasn't even good in like the stand-ups and shit like you do with like Shivani or Jim Ross or whatever. Like he's just like he'd be like, we got like this going on tonight, and it's like, what the fuck, dude? You suck.
Like I said, when he's calling a match, he's just like, he punches him.
Look at him.
He got him down. Look at him.
Look at the weirdest.
The Magnum TA.
The weirdest pervy thing is like, yeah, kiss her.
Kiss her.
Give it to her.
Kiss her. Give it to her. Give it to her.
Like he's in the corner, be like, dude.
You know what? It's like he's like when Robin Williams talks about the old guy on Viagra.
Yeah. Like, are you gonna start tugging? Like, stop it, man. Fucking pervert. Yeah, fucking pervert. Anyway.
Descended into a David Crockett conversation there.
But yeah, they show, like you said, they showed the footage Ronnie beating Flair for the title. And then we see the promo again of Ronnie Garvin in his den, claiming that he's 41 years old and he's a Smoky Mountain boy. I'm a Smoky Mountain boy.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
Yeah, it's like trying to be like a Southern hillbilly, and it's like you're not anywhere near it, buddy. That's fine. And then Brian Lee says one of the weirdest things. He says after him and Garvin win, it'll be songs and dances. What does that even mean?
We're gonna go to one of them places where you can put your peanut shells on the floor.
Yeah, it's gonna be songs and dances. I'm like, all right, man. You say so.
And after that, of course, Bob Caudle is with Ron Wright, Dirty White Boy, and Paul Orndorff. And Ron Wright is worried. He is so worried.
Oh, he's fucking terrified.
He's terrified
of
Ronnie Garvin. And his guys don't want him. You don't need to worry. We got this take. I'm telling you what, I don't know.
Yeah, like he's like, it's like one of the first times the manager isn't like selling up his guys.
Yeah.
He's just like, we're probably gonna he basically is like, we're probably gonna lose.
He's probably gonna kick your ass.
He's gonna fuck you up. This is a bad idea. What is it like? It's like Foley or whatever at that ECW. Like, this was a mistake.
This was a mistake.
Wasn't it him? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, this is a bad idea. This was a mistake. That's Ron right here. Like this
when the New Age Outlaws came back and they were in the ring with all the younger guys, and Road Dogg's like, "Why are we doing this?"
Yeah, weren't they in a cage or something?
Yeah,
I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, he's like, "Why are we
doing this?"
And then they show Bob Armstrong presenting an award to an old lady,
Bouncing Beulah.
Bouncing Beulah, a wrestling grandma, one of those ladies you see all the time on the Smoky Mountain, and it's a lot of the Tennessee wrestling stuff. I wrote down, I wish it was. I imagined that he was presenting an award to old lady Mrs. Spencer from the 605 Super. Bye-bye, fuckhead.
I put he probably plowed her
and a bastard.
Yeah, I put he probably plowed her in 68. He threw it on her back in the day.
I hope you die in the next 30 minutes, you son of a bitch, you.
Son of a bitch.
Anyway, but yeah, Beulah gets presented with an award from Bob Armstrong.
Good for her.
Yes. And again, I think it was one of those things where you could kind of sort of make out what they were saying because it wasn't really mic'd for television.
Yeah.
But pretty much Bob saying, this lady's been coming to the shows for 30 plus years or whatever. And
yeah, they gave her a lifetime ticket.
Yeah.
Basically gave her a lifetime ticket. Told her she got to come to any show she wants. It's like, like you're going to be around for much more of them anyway. So.
We promise we'll have. We promise whenever they come to the ring and they see you, we'll have the heels pick a fight with you.
Yeah, it'll be about 6 months worth of tickets. It'll be all right.
The Fantastics. I think. Did I skip anything? The Fantastics come back out. But I can't read my own notes here, folks.
They cut
Go
us
ahead, Aaron.
Bob Armstrong just runs down Summer Blast coming up, and then the Fultons promo on the Heavenly Bodies. Just a kind of I don't want to say generic, but it's just a babyface tag team promo on a heel tag team, saying they're going to get the belts. And then Phil Rainey does another generic live event deal, and this time it's the baby faces with Tim Horner. He talks about Buddy, and then Brian Lee cuts a promo on the Dirty White Boy.
And then the main event of the show is a face versus face tag team match. It's the Batten twins coming out to Baby Got Batten, against Nitro, Not Nightmare, Danny Davis, and
Dixie Dynamite.
Dixie Dynamite. But the match doesn't get to last much longer than a couple of minutes because the Heavenly Bodies and the Fantastics spill back out into the arena.
Yes, and did you notice, Bob? Did you notice there's at least once, maybe 7 times an episode, Bob Caudle botches something. And did you notice what he botched in this?
I did not.
He's like, "Oh, look at that, Dutch. Oh, I can't believe this. Oh, look what Dr. Tom Davis just did." Why did he call him Dr. Tom Davis?
It's his dentist.
Yeah. Dr. Tom Davis.
DDS.
Okay. Yeah. Starting to slip, Bob. Dutch never said that. Like, starting to slip, Bob. But that's how that show ends. It's with another brawl between the Fantastic Fultons and the Heavenly Bodies.
Yes, indeed. That was July 4th, 1992. An episode of the show. I'll say that. There was quite a bit of squash matches, but they also set up a lot for the upcoming big show. You end with the big brawl at the end of the show. I like the idea of these two teams. I like sometimes when you do a thing where it's like this fight started in the back, like we didn't see the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Now they fought out here into the arena. That's cool. That's Southern style stuff right there.
Yeah. I enjoyed the show.
There is the next episode, July 11th, 92. There's another botch right off the bat here that Aaron and I both caught when watching the show. I'll let you present that one, Aaron.
Yes, Bob Caudle and Dutch Mantel open the show, and they run down the card. And apparently, we're gonna see Paul Orndorff teaming with the Dirty Boy.
The Dirty Boy.
The Dirty Boy. So, like I said, you take one word out of a gimmick, it changes everything.
I didn't know Buck Zumhoff was coming. Like Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
I was thinking more of it like Tony Anthony being like, "I'm a dirty boy." Ugh. I don't like that.
I don't like that.
Yeah. The dirty boy lives in the mud. Ugh. They're gross. I'm a dirty boy. You can step on the dirty boy. But, ew.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Like Peter Griffin, stop it.
Like I'm imagining it's like doing this gimmick, but then instead of like his long hair, he's got like the afro. It's like, what's going on? It's the dirty boy. Like he never tags in because he thinks he's like, I belong in the corner. I'm a dirty boy.
I'm dirty. I'm naughty.
I'm a little dirty boy, little Jack Horner.
Not Tim Horner, Jack Horner.
Yeah, little Jack Horner. But anyway, yeah, the dirty boy. It said like every time I hear this, anytime he fucks up, I hear Dutch be like, "You're slipping, Bob."
Well, the opening match on this episode is Nitro, Not Nightmare, Danny Davis against Killer Kyle, and he's weird, man. Bob Caudle goes on a tirade on this one. He's like, there are a lot of these guys there, man. They're odd. They're weird. This one's real weird. This guy.
This is the weirdest guys. Got that violin case, that music. The hell is up with this guy?
Got the hat. Weird. He's weird, man.
He's not even weird. Like he's not even the weirdest.
I know.
It's pretty cut and dry what he is.
He's not even the weirdest guy in Smoky Mountain.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's pretty cut and dry of what I am. Like I'm a bodyguard for hire or whatever. Like I don't know what's so weird about like I tell you where I'm from. Like, I have a normal outfit. I don't know.
I know what to tell you,
Like, that would
Bob.
have been a foot. That would have been a fun thing for Killer Kyle to be like, you know what? I am sick and tired of you calling me weird every week. I'm not that weird.
What did I do to you?
Yeah, what did I ever do to you, man?
Well, the match proceeds again. It's Killer Kyle versus Danny Davis. Killer Kyle puts his violin case in between the two turnbuckles and smashes Danny Davis into it to get the victory. But Dixie Dynamite comes out and he tells on Killer Kyle.
Yeah,
He's
fucking
tattletale.
narc.
He's a little
Fucking
know-it-all
narc.
tattletale like his daddy.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so the referee reverses the decision. Danny Davis gets the victory by disqualification. And then, because he had to come out and be a meddling little nosy Nelly, Dixie Dynamite eats the case.
Yeah, which he deserved.
You didn't need to come out here. Nobody asked you to
Yeah,
come out here.
yeah. You fucking narc. And then Bob Armstrong finds Killer Kyle $500. Like, what the fuck, man?
I wonder why.
Yeah,
Ah,
bunch
shit.
of bullshit.
Shit. I think that's funny though. He's like, I'm fining
Yeah,
you $500. What the fuck?
yeah. That's his Killer Kyle should be like, what the fuck, man?
This guy's
That's
over here
weird.
calling me weird. You guys are fucking weird.
Yeah, you're fucking weird.
Bunch of
Why don't you
fucking
just admit that's
weirdos.
your? Why don't you just admit that's your son? Fucking weird, man.
You little bitch
You know
ass
retarded.
tattletale son.
Yeah, little bitch ass, little punk ass son. Fucking racist ass son.
You racist son. You racist play by play man.
That's fucking weird.
I like our version of Killer Kyle. He's fucking had
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Done with this shit. Like he's
This
never
place,
talked, and then one day he just starts, and
this
he's
place is fucking annoying. Like he's it's like it's like a real job, you know. This place is fucking
yeah,
annoying.
this
Get
fucking
off
place.
my fucking ass.
Yeah, it's like, I'm in here doing the work. This fucking nepo baby.
Oh man,
He ran into my case. Like what the fuck?
fucking
Fucking
idiots.
midget. But anyway, that's what's going on with that is Killer Kyle got his match reversed and fined $500, and he didn't do anything wrong.
We get Tim Horner and Buddy Landell footage of their feud going on, and then some promos from those guys. Some more Phil Rainey localized promos. Let me see here. Got to go to my next page of my notes. Bob Cottle is standing by. Oh, go ahead, Aaron.
I was just gonna say my next one is the Buddy Landell promo on Tim Horner, and he calls him an idiot and a goof, and
I didn't write any of that down.
yeah, and he points out that he's all up in Tim Horner's head. Tim Horner can't do anything, even outside of wrestling. Like he can't like grocery shop right, just all this different shit that he can't do because he's in Tim Horner's head. So Buddy cuts a great promo, and then I didn't even write down what Horner says because he just comes in and bumblefucks like a fucking moron. Yeah. He sucks.
Bob Cottle talks to Bobby and Jackie Fulton. Essentially, the Fultons say, you know, they're not hard to find. If the Heavenly Bodies want to start something with them, we can fight anytime. Cornette comes in the ring to taunt them and tells them they can chicken out like the gutless cowards they are and back out of the street fight. And
Which
then,
obviously they don't.
Right. The Heavenly Bodies are out. And once again, we have another brawl between the Fantastics and the Heavenly Bodies, and like I said, I like this. I like the and you know, getting people to come to shows because you're advertising these shows all over the place. Hey, one of these fights could break out anytime. Look at this shit. You know what I mean? It's just good old fashioned Southern style pro wrestling.
Yes.
Let's see. I think next is the Down and Dirty with Dutch Mantel with Paul Orndorff, Tony Anthony, and Ron Wright.
Yeah.
And then I wrote down here, but Dutch Mantel says, take a look at this footage from Ron Garvin because, you know, they talk about what happened at Summer or what's going to happen at Summer Blast, the tag team match. And I don't know why I wrote down here. Well, because Ronnie Garvin's talking about, of course, he keeps making the comparison to George Foreman. You know, I'm coming back because I'm 41. I'm like George Foreman. But I did put here, the only difference is I'm not a fat boy like George Foreman.
Yeah. Yeah, like this is the same like they keep showing like the same promo basically. Like I was like, we got Down and Dirty with Dutch, and then we got In the Den with Ron. He just keeps cutting these promos from his den, but he's not a big fat boy like George. And then they play an old video of Ron Garvin, where at first it's Les Thatcher like narrating how he likes to ski and do this, that, and the other thing. And then they roll into an old video, like you said, of like Ronnie Garvin doing his thing. And I know Memphis is known for their videos and all this, that. This one isn't very good.
And it used the worst version of I'm Evil ever.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, it's like, okay, it's a cool concept for the guy, like the song, you know. But like, why did you use a lumbering live version of I'm Evil? It was really bad. I did not like this video.
Me neither. Anyway. Like I said, I just wrote down video on Garvin set to the shittiest version of I'm Evil I've ever heard. Yes. That's literally what my notes say.
It was pretty bad.
And Ron Wright is still worried. He's trying to warn these guys about this
like
Ron Garvin character.
It's like that video. So that's giving me heart problems. Like he needs his pills. Like I like that he's like searching for his pills.
Yeah.
Like the little pocket they're in.
And I tried to think about it. You know, with going through all the promotions and shit that they were in my brain. I don't know if, or other than at this point right now, I don't think Orndorff and Garvin were ever in the same promotion at the same time. That I remember. I don't think they ever had any interaction before this.
I'd have to go back and look. There might have been some random like NWA type stuff or something where they were around at the same time. I'd have to do my research.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't dig into it. I just was trying. Like while I was thinking about it, I was thinking about it in my brain. Like, no, they wouldn't have been here at the same time. They wouldn't have been here at the same time. But anyway, the next match on the show starts out as Paul Orndorff and the Dirty White Boy against the Batten Twins. One of the Battens early in the match gets taken out outside the ring by Orndorff.
I think it was Brad. I'm not for sure, but just thinking of like how it started and where it went, I think it was Brad. I wrote down Brad Batten, but he gets pile drove by.
He's laid out.
Paul Orndorff.
He's laid out like a big lump of or a big sack of potatoes outside. I don't know why. I always find it funny. I don't know why it's funny, but it's funny to me sometimes when like there's a bunch of action and shit going on in the ring, and one guy's just like out, just outside the ring or something, just like a fucking dead weight, just out, just laying there.
And imagine like you start your day and you're like in this match, and all of a sudden you take it out and you're all fucked up,
You're just
You're like,
out.
oh my God, I need some help. And you look up and you're like, oh, finally somebody's here to help me. And it's Rick Cannon. Like, what are you going to do? Think of all the people they sent down to check on Brad Patton. It was Rick Cannon.
Oh shit. But yeah, the heels then start taking advantage of the other Batten 2-on-1, and then Brian Lee comes out, and because the baby faces can do whatever the fuck they want to do in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, apparently he's just part of the match now.
Yeah, why did he get fined $500? I'm surprised Bob wasn't like, I'm gonna give him an extra $500 for stepping up. What the fuck, man?
Oh man. This match is over after I think Orndorff throws Batten over the top rope for disqualification.
Yeah.
So they've taken out both of the Batten twins now.
Yes.
And the heels start to do a double team job on Brian Lee as they beat him down in the ring. And then Danny Davis, Nitro, Not Nightmare, and Rock and Roll Robert Gibson, not an Express right now, come out to help Brian Lee against the heels.
Yes.
They show us the footage again of what we saw last week between Robert Gibson and Jimmy Golden with the chain.
And then Robert Gibson does what I wrote was interview with Robert Gibson, who boomhowers his promo. Like, I had no idea what fucking Robert Gibson said here.
Hey man, dang old, tell you what, man.
Dang old rock and roll is king, man. All I can say, rock and roll is king.
Man, dang old
rock and roll never
tell you about the rock and roll, man.
Dang old rock and roll never forget me. Dang old.
Making dang old waka waka wow wow.
Waka waka wow wow. Kentucky, don't you keep on saying. That's one of my favorite fucking things that's ever happened in a show. It's like dang old 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, dang old 3, man.
Blue moon of Kentucky,
keep on shining. Things that fucking perfect.
That and don't play Dado. Don't play Dado.
Yeah, that fucking that Blue Moon of Kentucky shit, man. It's one of the fucking funniest.
You don't
things.
see, first time you ever see it, you don't see it coming, and it's big.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so goddamn funny.
All right. The Heavenly Bodies. I put down here, I don't know, did they cut a promo? Because I put down here, Cornette talks about Stan Lane's busted eardrum.
It wasn't a pro. It was like they come out. This is where I said they're gonna start explaining the headpiece and all that. Like,
right.
Basically, it's to keep the wig on, but it's to protect Stan's ear, because he's saying, like, during these brawls that the Fultons busted Stan's eardrum. That's why he's wearing the protective headgear.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing it as the gimmick of Stan's ears fucked up. He can't have loud noises. You know, everybody keep it, like, they're doing that gimmick. Like, everybody keep it down. So obviously the fans are gonna yell more. Like how Rude would be like, "Sit down, shut up when I take off my robe," or "Sit down while I sing the Russian like Volkov, like stand up, be quiet while I sing the Russian national anthem." It's a house show gimmick, like a live crowd gimmick. You know what I mean? That's what they're doing with it, to explain why he's wearing the ridiculous headgear.
Well, the Heavenly Bodies are going to have a squash match here with Gary Scott and Rick Cannon. But that does not last long because the Fantastics come out on the attack. We have a brawl, and that ends this episode.
Yes. Which leads us into the aforementioned unwatchable Summer Blast.
Okay,
Summer Blast happens here. So at Summer Blast, Nitro Danny Davis ends up fighting Killer Kyle, but they have a draw. And then Dutch Mantel goes over Dixie Dynamite. Jimmy Golden defeated Robert Gibson via DQ. Buddy Landell won the strap match against Tim Horner, and the Heavenly Bodies defeated the Fultons in that uh, Smoky Mountain street fight. And then Brian Lee and Ronnie Garvin defeated Paul Orndorff and the Dirty Boy.
The Dirty Boy.
Yes.
Don't you get rugged with me, Ronnie Garvin. I'm dirty.
Yeah. And Paul Orndorff was like, I can't believe what happened, man. Why'd you get pinned? And he was like, it's okay if you want to punish me. And Orndorff was like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
He looks at Ron Wright. He's like, that's the one you need to be worried about.
Yeah. He should be giving you heart problems.
He is. I'll tell you. Boy ain't right.
Boy ain't right. You ever seen that discount King of the Hill toy?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, that boy ain't white.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like, I don't know if it's real. Like, I don't know if it's something somebody made up, but I want to believe it's real. So I've never researched it. Just like, do you ever see the old, like, oh, I shouldn't say old, but you ever seen that flyer or whatever somebody made that was Mickey Rooney's Potato Paradise or whatever? Or just Mickey
Yes.
Rooney
Yeah.
selling
It's like a
potatoes.
diner.
Like,
It's everything on the menus made out of potatoes.
Everything's
Yes.
potatoes, and it's Mickey Rooney. Like, I found out that wasn't real, and I was really sad. Like, oh man. But then I was very happy because somebody somewhere was like, wouldn't it have been funny if Mickey Rooney had a restaurant that it was nothing but potatoes? Anyway,
July 18th, 1992 episode of Smoky Mountain Wrestling. We start off with, they show us with the Fantastics and the Heavenly Bodies fighting from last week. And then we come, Cottle and Mantell do an introduction of the show, but we come back into that footage from last week, and this this brawl turns into a match between the Fantastics and the Heavenly Bodies.
Yes. And it's like you said, it's an impromptu brawl, or a brawl that turns into an impromptu match. And during the match, Bobby Fulton gets so frustrated with everything, he tosses down the referee, which brings the disqualification. The Heavenly Bodies win, and it's another big brawl between the Bodies and the Fulton.
And stuff like this with the Heavenly Bodies and the Fantastics. It's classic. What do I say? It's classic Southern wrestling. But one of the things that I noted here, when I wrote down that the brawl turned into an impromptu match, right?
Yes.
One of the things that I wrote down here as an observation, and we don't have to get deep into it. I know we're already almost an hour into this thing, but it is kind of wild how, even though the presentation's a bit different, the attitude is different, the kind of sleazy presentation at times is different. It is crazy when you watch a lot of aspects of ECW, how ECW is a lot of times presented like Southern wrestling, just in a different like a gross, you know what I mean? Like dirty, but ECW very much is presented like Southern wrestling, you know?
Yeah. And some of the meat and potatoes of it is like if you watch a lot of their shows, like, you have like the crazy shit kind of at the beginning, and then you're gonna have like New Jack there, and then you got like maybe Tommy Dreamer doing some crazy shit at the end.
Yeah.
But in the if you watch it in a lot of like the middle of the show, like it's like Tracy Smothers, Little Guido, and Tommy Rich. You know what I mean? And they're having a Southern style type thing. Like, yeah. I mean, Paul I don't want to say started there, but Paul spent time there, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's a philosophy and a style that works. I don't think it would work now in the type of environment wrestling is now, but at that point it worked.
The match here ends in a disqualification against the Fantastics. I actually didn't write down the reason, but anyway, disqualification on the Fantastics.
Because Fulton threw down the ref.
Okay. The action continues, of course, the brawling continues. So Bob Armstrong winds up in the ring with the Heavenly Bodies and the Fantastics, and he says that if Fire on the Mountain, he pretty much says, I can't control you guys with a street fight. I can't control you with a regular match. I want to keep you, I want to be able to finish this thing and ultimate conclusion, et cetera, et cetera. So they're going to have a barbed wire cage match.
Yes.
And Jim Cornette is going to be barred from ringside. But Jim Cornette throws a fit about being barred from ringside.
So he's going to call Steve if he knew.
Yes. So Armstrong says, fine, you can be at ringside, Cornette, but I'm going to be the referee.
Yes.
And then Jim Cornette throws an awesome fit in the ring.
Yes. And this is a show we're actually going to get to watch. It's actually on YouTube, so that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, it's simple but solid storytelling that's built up to this, and it's going to have a violent conclusion, which I'm sure these guys, which you can do this, but you could always come back to it if you want,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this has been a very well done feud, and like now it's like culminated in this barbed wire cage, and the heels are probably somewhat regretting doing some of their actions because now they're probably going to get fucked up.
Right.
So it's exciting. Yeah.
So good build there toward this match that's coming up at Fire on the Mountain, right? That's what the next show is called.
Yes.
We get localized I wrote down localized. If there's not anything that sticks out to me in the localized promos, I just write down localized promos.
Yeah.
Then they show footage from last week's tag match with one of the Battens and Brian Lee against Dirty White Boy and Orndorff. Bob Caudle interviews Brian Lee, and he's had it with Dirty White Boy. A lot of these feuds are now coming to a head here, and that's that's the point. But because remind me if you think I'm wrong, but I would say most years Fire on the Mountain is kind of Smoky Mountain's WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think we'll tend to see that. I think yes.
But Bob Caudle talks to Brian Lee. Dirty White Boy wants the title, and he wants to put in dirt. And Lee is sick of him. He wants to put an end to this, so he's willing to put the title on the line. So it's going to be the Dirty White Boy and Brian Lee. Brian Lee puts the title on the line, but if Dirty White Boy loses, he is out of town. He's out of here.
Yeah,
he is pissed. He is fucking pissed about it.
Went to his stepdaddy, Bob Armstrong, got this done. And he said, Dirty White Boy's upset. I mean, it's a good thing Ron Wright wasn't there that day.
He might have actually died.
He might have not made it.
All right, so, but yes, that stipulation is now set. Like I said, Dirty White Boy comes out. He's hotter. He's madder than a fucking hornet. And Armstrong pretty much says, "It's happening," in his short sleeve dress shirt.
Yes,
substitute teacher short sleeve dress shirt. So we have Dutch Mantel down and dirty with Dutch, and his guest is Jimmy Golden. And I had to write this down. I actually paused it, rewound it so I could write it all down. because Jimmy Golden says that he and Dutch Mantel agree that Robert Gibson is, and I quote, a moron, a mental deficient, a cheater, a liar, and an egg-sucking dog.
Yeah. Gives it to him, man.
I don't know why, but it's like mental deficient being in there makes it even more funny. Like most of them are like simple, you're a moron, you're a liar, you're also a mental deficient.
I feel like the heels of this company, like Cornette, Dutch Mantel, Jimmy Golden, who are all I'm obviously in real life are funny dudes,
Yeah.
I think it's like every week one of them tries to think of a different way to like
Call somebody an
call
idiot.
somebody call somebody like the R word without calling him the R word. Like they just keep trying to top each other. Like
Yeah.
Dutch is like, oh, he's a mongoloid, and then this week he's like Golden's like he's a mental
He's a
deficient.
mental
Yeah,
deficient.
like even Cornette says like shit. Like yeah, it's just so fun. But
Well,
obviously, for some reason, Gibson takes offense to this.
no, I wouldn't know why.
Yeah, so he comes out, and it
And
turns
again,
into.
I
Oh,
was just
good.
saying, and again, now in this promotion, you can just make your match.
Yes.
Because this turns
It
into a match.
As long as you're a face, you can do what you want. This turns
Mhm.
into Robert Gibson versus Jimmy Golden, and like I said, it's only going to get better because guess what happens? Robert Fuller comes out and he attacks Robert Gibson after Gibson tries to hit the bulldog and beats him up with his cowboy boot. And the stud stable is finally in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and they kick the shit out of Robert Gibson, and it's very
Yes.
exciting.
Yep. Gibson gets choked with a belt and beat with a boot by
Yes.
Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden.
It's fun and I'm not gonna say like in like 1993 when Robert Fuller showed up, I knew everything about Robert Fuller.
Right.
And like when he showed up in WCW, because we didn't have access to tapes and all that shit like as much as other people did. You know what I mean? But it's as I got older, obviously I did. But like he did such a good job at kind of the same thing that Regal did. Like where Regal was like, I was bigger than like a lot of the guys that I fought, but I made myself smaller because I didn't want. Or like when he was the GM,
Right.
like I was bigger than a lot of these guys, but he made himself smaller so he didn't
Mhm.
seem like it. Like Fuller kind of did the same thing. Like when he managed Steve, you didn't notice that like this guy's actually bigger than Steve Austin,
Right.
height wise and shit.
Mhm.
Like he did a good job at doing it. Like I don't know if it's because he layered himself up in his suit and all that shit or whatever, but like when you see him here, you forget, like you realize how big
Yeah.
fucking Robert Fuller was, But and it's like Mick said in his book, man, it's one of my favorite things that he says. He's like, why didn't anybody just let Robert Fuller be Robert Fuller?
Mhm.
Like when he got up into like WCW and WWF, it's like just let him be Robert Fuller.
Right.
But not saying I didn't like Colonel Robert Parker. The stud stable was like the best thing about WCW for like a 2.5 year run. But yeah, I'm just excited that these guys are here because it's a fun. They're not there for a long time, and they're there for a good time in Smoky Mountain, and I'm looking forward to it.
Next match, Tim Horner against Gary Scott.
The two shitbirds of Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Well, Tim Horner wins, and I wrote down here now Bob Caudle promo with Tim Horner or interview with Tim Horner. Horner cuts a promo, and I want to make mention of this, ladies and gentlemen. He stumbles and bumbles, of course, through his promo, but he says that he wants an I Quit match with Buddy Landel.
Yeah.
And he says, I want an I Quit match with Buddy Landel. That means the loser is the man who says, I quit. And I won't be saying I quit, Buddy Landell, because that's not in my vocabulary. It actually is in your vocabulary because you just said it 4 times, you Nimrod.
Yeah. And quitters never win and winners never quit. Shut the fuck up. The fuck up and sit down.
It's like he's like the guy that says literally. Literally blew my brains out. No, that's not what literally means, you fucking idiot.
Or I couldn't care less. Or I could care. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
But
every
yeah,
time
he
you
says,
talk, every time you talk, you shit the bed.
He says I quit 4 times and then says I quit is not in my vocabulary. All right. Like if he would have said I don't have it in me to quit, you know what? That would have made sense. You know what I mean? But God damn it, Tim.
He's a dumbass.
Well, the main event match of this show, I don't have any idea what happens.
I know what happens.
Well, good. But it's Dixie Donut Dixie
Donut.
Versus Killer Kyle Army. No, it's Dixie Dynamite versus Killer Kyle. Mask versus Case. And I put down here what I was watching cut off before the ending.
It does. But I remember, I don't know why or how, or I couldn't find it again, but I remembered there was like a clip of this match, like where it was like somehow Dixie Dynamite versus Killer Kyle just as its own. Like, you can find like just individual matches on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I remember seeing this, and then I looked it up to see if I was correct, and I was. And I actually liked the finish because Killer Kyle kind of gets one over on Dixie Dynamite.
Okay.
Because Dixie Dynamite wins. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little guy fluke type bit, like how Ray would beat a Big Show or something like that, where he just rolls him up and surprises him with like a 1, 2, 3. So now Dixie Dynamite keeps his mask, but he gets to open the case and find out finally what's in the case. And he opens up the case, and all that's in there is a roll of duct tape, and he's confused. And then Killer Kyle attacks him, tapes him to the ropes, and then beats the shit out of him.
This is for everybody This is for everybody calling me weird.
Yeah,
fucking
because because if it's real, say he does have something crazy in there, like say he has been carrying a gun. Okay, we don't know it. So if he's going into this match, why wouldn't he just take his gun out and replace it with something else?
Right.
You know what I mean? He should have been like, "Hey, idiot! Why would I put what I actually Say it's full of money. Why wouldn't I just take the money out? You didn't know what was in there to begin with."
He's like,
you dumb idiot.
He's like my idol always said, Jack Armstrong, I'm a thinker, not a stinker.
Not a stinker. So, yeah.
I don't know how many people get the fucking Jack Armstrong reference,
but
I know you and I do.
Yeah. Gets the fight.
I bet Vandal Drummond would get it.
Yeah. Doesn't he fight Mondo? Fights Mondo Guerrero
for the cruiser for the light heavyweight championship. Yeah.
Mondo Guerrero comes out to Nacho Grande or whatever, that weird owl.
Yeah, it's not even Rico Suave. It's Nacho
Grande. Nacho Grande.
Oh fuck!
What the hell is going on?
It's fucking great. Herb Abrams, that's what's going on.
Yeah. Cokehead Wrestling.
Man. So our last episode we have to cover this month, July the 25th, 1992. Of course, Bob Caudle and Dutch Mantell have our intro. The first match on the show is the Fantastics against Joe Kazana and Gary Scott.
Yes. And the Fultons win. with like I don't even know what you call the move. I just put like an assisted senton, but it's basically the Quebecers finisher. Like I said, I don't know what you technically call it, but that's how they win. Um, and then the Fultons, they cut a promo on the bodies about their upcoming barbed wire cage match. So, still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I think I was like, oh man, don't tap
No,
out now. We're
I
almost
I
done.
no, I went on a coughing spree, so I muted my microphone
Okay.
there, so nobody had to hear me hacking here.
All right.
I think I'm think
Because
I'm,
the
I think in the heat of the summer I've caught a fucking cold. But anyway,
because the next thing coming up is a big deal. It's Bob Caudle and Dutch Mantel. They recap um, the Robert Gibson, Jimmy Golden, now Fuller involved situation from last week. And then Bob Caudle interviews Robert Gibson, and he says that he's found a partner, and this partner has sent in a video. And then we get the pre-recorded comments from Ricky Morton is going to be um, uh, Robert Gibson's tag team partner, and I'm assuming he filmed this in Ronnie Garvin's backyard.
man, man, why do we have the same note?
That it's Ronnie Garvin's backyard.
I said no. Well, I guess it's not the same note, but I said my note says Robert Gibson introduces a video for Ricky Morton because the Rock and Roll Express is going to reunite. He introduces a video of Ricky Morton, and Ricky Morton tries to top Ron Garvin by being on his front yard instead of his den.
This is the backyard.
The backyard.
Tell
Well, I
him
wrote
that.
front yard down here, but
I just like to imagine that he's just in Ronnie Garvin's backyard. Like they're just cutting these promos together using the same tape.
Ronnie Garvin's
and,
like, "Don't use my George Foreman line."
Yeah, yeah. You can't be younger than 41. But anyway, um, I do like the fact like Morton does a good job. Like
he does a good job of addressing, like not just sweeping the heel turn in WCW under the rug. Yes.
He's like, man, I took the money. I thought it was going to be great. It got me nowhere. And then I like the fact that he's like, you know what? Family's family, and family can feud with family. I can beat up Robert Gibson, but you better not beat up Robert Gibson.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, that's my brother. So they did a great job in that, and him explaining why they're willing to put all this aside and get back together. And the fact that he's like, acknowledges it and says that he hopes the fans forgive his past mistakes and he's back to redeem himself. And so the Rock and Roll Express is getting back together in the Smoky Mountain, and shit's starting to heat up. And like I said, we're starting to get it. Like this Fire in the Mountain's going to start putting this shit together. It's almost like I told you with OVW. Like they're starting to beat out who we don't like, and like some of these guys Cornette needed,
right,
because it was like a infancy type thing, but now he's getting like Ronnie Garvin, Ricky Morton, and Robert Fuller. So
he's finding his footing here with the promotion.
So that's things are looking at. Not that they were bad, but things are going in the right direction. So at Fire in the Mountain, we're gonna get the stud stable. Apparently, we're gonna get the stud stable versus the Rock and Roll Express.
At least that's what Bob Armstrong alludes to when he interrupts Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden. Let me see here. I have localized promos. Cornette and the Heavenly Bodies cut a local, putting down the people of whatever town they're going to. And then we get footage of the main event of Summer Blast, the Ron Garvin and Brian Lee versus Paul Orndorff and Dirty White Boy match. The finish, Brian Lee, excuse me. He puts White Boy over with a sunset flip. And then Orndorff hits Ronnie Garvin with a pile driver.
Ooh, pile driver.
And then we get promos from those two on each other because that feud's about to start. And I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is, to me, Orndorff versus Garvin is good Ronnie Garvin. As everybody knows, if you would go back 10, 15 years, you would just hear me all the time shitting on Ronnie Garvin. And it's because most of what I knew of Ronnie Garvin when I was a younger wrestling fan was lame ass trucker hat Ronnie Garvin and Jim Crockett Promotions that I was not a fan of. Honest to God, not a fan of. Didn't like him in the WWF either. That Ronnie Garvin, I don't like. Since then, like I've admitted on the show before, I've seen his stuff with Randy Savage and some of his other stuff in ICW with like Ox Baker and stuff. And I enjoy that. And I do really enjoy Garvin and Orndorff. So I'm actually looking forward to this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he wasn't kind of nerdy or dweeby or whatever, but I don't know. I always liked him because I like that. Sometimes that's that sawdog guy that kicks the shit out of people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I always talk about him. But it's going to be a pile driver.
I still say he never should have been the NWA champion. I will die on that hill. But
you know what I think it was, honestly?
What's that?
I think it was, and I know he went beyond it, the guy I'm going to compare it to, but I don't think they intended it to be that way when he got it. I think it's kind of like, when they gave Mick the belt and it wasn't going to be a long-term thing, but they gave him the belt.
It was like
it was kind of like a lifetime achievement thing.
Right.
And the guys in the locker room were like,
right,
give it to him. Mick deserves it. I think it was like that for Ron. Because if you listen to all the guys who talk about Ronnie Garvin, they all respected him, and they were like, "This guy's an ass kicker. He's like one of the baddest motherfuckers in the locker room."
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it was, and he was older, obviously. I think that's what it was. It's like, fuck it. Like he's not going to be the long-term champion, but let's give it to him for 4 months, like a lifetime achievement thing. Like just let's give him the belt.
Right.
Like Flair's like that guy was like a fucking badass. Like he was a fucking buzzsaw. And I think that's what it was in that area, that part of the country, that territory, or whatever you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Just give it to him for 4 months. Fuck it. As an acknowledgement for what you've done for the locker room and the career you had.
I can see that. I still don't think he should have been the NWA champion. But anyway,
but that's fine.
Well,
I just think there's times people look back at it as being like, oh, Ronnie Garvin's title, they put it on him. And it was a fucking flop, and that's why they took it off him so quick. It's like, no, he was never intended to be a fucking 4-year champion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That was just that's all that was to be able to allow him to say that be able to say I was the NWA champion. But anywho, the next thing is crazy. Fucking crazy.
I bet this was Ron Wright's idea.
I don't even know. It might have been Bob Cottle's. I don't even know.
You've seen the shit with Ron Wright and the fucking Nazi flag and shit, right?
Yeah, that's crazy too.
Yes.
Like that's crazy. But I don't even know how you get somebody to make this outfit for you.
It is, ladies and gentlemen, the next match, excuse me, is Primetime Brian Lee versus the Stormtrooper. And we're not talking about a Star Wars Stormtrooper here.
This ain't Fred Otterman.
This
This
guy,
is the Nazi stormtrooper.
yes, this guy has a swastika, I think, on both his chest and his back, maybe even on his
And his
mask.
mask. Oh, he's got like 3 swastikas. I think he hits the Hitler pose.
Oh, he
It's
definitely
insane.
hits the pose. Yes.
It is insane. I'm not even I don't even know who played the guy. I don't even know who looked it up. But like I am even I know it's 1992, but I'm even surprised like Jim Cornette was like, "Yeah, go out there, dude." Like I was like if he would have I don't know. I don't know how this made it.
I think this may be his only appearance.
I would hope so.
I say maybe because I don't
I would hope
remember.
so. He
Yeah,
might form
Brian.
a team with Dixie. He might form a team with Dixie Dynamite.
But yes, the Stormtrooper is dispatched by Brian Lee. But yeah, the Stormtrooper. Go look it up, folks. I'm sure it's on WrestleCrap.
It's crazy.
Yes, it is. It is insane. I forgot about it until it happened. Like I mean, I didn't forget about it, but I wasn't cognizant of it. And then it came up on the screen. I was like, "Oh shit, it's the Stormtrooper."
Then Bob Caudle interviews Brian Lee about his title versus career match, and Brian Lee's like, "Let's put that aside. Did you just see that? That was crazy." And then Killer Kyle came out and says, "Like, you think I'm weird?
You think I'm weird, man? That's
Look at that guy.
weird. Why didn't you find that guy $500?
Yeah, find him $500. Being a fucking asshole.
500 Deutschmarks or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. But no, in all actuality, Bob Caudle interviews Brian Lee about his upcoming title versus career match against the Dirty White Boy. And then we get our first ever on location Down and Dirty with Dutch. And he is looking for the Dirty White Boy in Bucksnort.
In Bucksnort, Tennessee. He brought his Texas dog with him.
Texas dog. Texas dog has no name. It's just Texas dog.
Texas dog.
He's like, look out for me, dog. Like he's just calling the dog. And it is where he's searching for him. It's a lot filled with abandoned buses, and he's knocking on them, and he finally hits one, and it's the Dirty White Boy.
And I love
that
the Dirty White Boy comes out of that bus like when you get a truck at work and you have to wake the truck driver up.
Yeah.
When they come busting out of their fucking
yeah. And Dutch is like, "Damn, man, did I scare you or something?" He's like, "Hell yeah, you scared me." Christ. He's like, and then he's like, "Let me brush my teeth." And he just takes a chug of his beer and spits it out. That's how he's gonna brush his teeth.
And he's talking about the match at Fire on the Mountain, how he doesn't want to lose his career, and he you know, he's in this fucking junkyard, and he's like, "It took me a lifetime to get this fortune."
Yeah, I worked harder at everything I got, and it ain't going nowhere.
This shit was very funny, very effective.
And the dog even did like some good heel shit. Like, obviously, it didn't know it did, but like the dog is supposed to be like this like dog that's defending, like this badass Texas dog that's gonna defend Dutch if something crazy happens. And if you notice, like when Dirty White Boy spits on the ground, it startles the dog and it like runs, like it tries to run away. Like,
yeah,
I was like, even the dog's being a chicken shit heel. I liked that. But yeah, I liked WCW.
All right, after
that's
all right. After the Down and Dirty there with Dutch Mantell from Bucksnort, we have a match: White Lightning Tim Horner against Paul Lee.
I have no notes on it.
Yeah, me neither. It says Paul Lee versus Tim Horner.
Tim Horner won with the natural bridge.
And then Bob Caudle discusses the still injured Davey Rich, who broke his leg. Remember, a couple of episodes ago, I told the horrific story, the real life story about the Davey Rich thing with the hospital and everything.
Yeah, but horrible. And then they
Dutchman.
send it to like they just send it to like a weird segment. It's a
Yes,
very weird segment,
it
and
is.
um,
Tommy Rich is interviewed by Timu Jimmy Hart is what I wrote down
well,
here.
not Tommy Rich, Davey Rich,
Baby Rich, sorry. Yes.
and I didn't call him Timu Jimmy Hart. I called him Timmy Shart.
Yeah, baby.
Timmy Shart. Yes, and like I don't, I uh, part of me thinks that this might have been like maybe from like some other like territory that maybe the riches ran or something because it just feels completely out of place.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely. Like I did not expect this shit.
Like I'm assuming we don't get any more Timmy Shart like studio segments. Like I don't know what this thing was,
well, and
but
and
that
it's
guy
it's
was
weird because
terrible
he
looking.
says he's I don't remember what he said his name was, but he said he's from Memphis. He's whoever I am out of Memphis, Tennessee. So it's Memphis, so it's close to Knoxville, and I don't remember this guy ever being associated with Memphis. So I don't know who the fuck
Yeah,
he was, but
I don't remember Timmy Shart. But anyway, he says he's come. Davey Rich says he's coming back. I don't really care. I don't care anything about the riches. They do nothing for me.
and I love how when they come back to Cornette, because like Jimmy or Davey Rich says he's been thinking about Jim Cornette 24/7 in the heavenly bodies, thinking about what they did to him and blah blah blah. And I love when the Cornette comes back, he's pretty much like, I don't care about this guy. I'm going to talk about the Fantastics. Like
I've
it's
thought
great.
nothing about you.
Yeah, I've thought I forgot your fucking name. I don't know who you
Yeah.
are. We broke
I
your
didn't
leg.
even
Who
re-
cares?
I didn't even remember we hurt you. Like fuck off out of here.
I did think that was fun.
Yes. And then we get Hector Guerrero and Ben Jordan, which it's funny because you brought up a while back, like Hector should have been the guy getting teaming with Brian Lee, but they got like you were like, I wonder if it's because they got Ronnie Garvin.
Hmm.
Like Hector's become basically a jobber.
Yeah,
Like he's the top of the jobber pile.
it's like you said.
So
It's like you said. As the time goes on, they're figuring that now that Cornette's starting to get people in. You know, he was working with what he could work with at first.
yeah.
And no offense to Hector, but once he's got a Ronnie Garvin or whoever, he's bringing in Ricky Morton and blah blah blah. That moves Hector down the food chain.
Yeah. Step on down the line, Hector Guerrero.
So unfortunately, the big sombrero is not a featured player anymore.
Yes. But Jim Cornette does not have his tennis racket. He's got a sack of some sort. And they're speculating what might be in the sack. The Heavenly Bodies end up defeating Hector and Ben Jordan when they get a double slam. And then Jimmy Cornette whips out his sack and it's got barbed wire in it. And they attempt to hog tie Ben Jordan with the barbed wire, but the Fultons come out and run him off before he gets too far.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is pretty much what I think the Heavenly I wrote down the Heavenly Bodies cut a promo to end the show, but I don't have any notes about it. But that was the end of that episode. And I have to say the first part of July, the first two shows seemed like and I know it's probably the end of a taping. You're going past one big event to the next big event, but the
Yeah.
first two shows seemed a bit inconsequential other than the Robert Fuller showing up deal. But the second two shows of the month really picked up steam heading into the big event.
Because they're going into Fire on the Mountain. So, and that's early in the month too. Like I looked at it, like it's like one episode, then Fire on the Mountain. So
Yeah.
they split that up in a month. They had to hide two shows basically.
And we'll be reviewing that next month.
Yes.
Well, that being said, I think that this was a like we've been like especially Aaron's been alluding to in this episode. I think this was a good month for Smoky Mountain, and we are really building steam, building momentum, starting to get our footing here. I'm thinking ahead a little bit. I don't want to, I don't like to, but I know the man Tracy Smothers is coming soon. Like a duck on a June bug.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things coming up.
Absolutely. Well, until next month here on the show, we're going to sign off. Pod on the Mountain. We'll be talking about August 1992. And of course, the Fire on the Mountain show will be part of that because, like Aaron said, it is available to watch on the YouTube. If you're following along with us, I try to remember to put the playlist, to attach the playlist that we're watching on YouTube. But if I don't, it's if you search Smoky Mountain Wrestling in YouTube, just Smoky Mountain Wrestling, a full playlist of all the episodes will come up, and that is what we are using. If you want to follow along, next month we will be watching August of 1992.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead. We'll sign off here for Pod on the Mountain. I want to thank everybody for joining us. If you have not yet joined us on Facebook, the WrestleNet Radio Podcast Network, of course, on YouTube, if you prefer to listen to your podcast that way, every episode comes out on YouTube, WrestleNet Radio Podcast Network, the same time as it does on all the podcast apps. And unless you have anything else to say, Aaron, we're going to sign off for this month on Pod on the Mountain.
Sounds good. Thanks for listening, everybody.
We'll see you next month for August of 1992.